one more quick one tonight, and I promise I'll try to keep this under 10 minutes. I've been reading a few of these questions every night. Was published in 1985. They recently reprinted it, and I'm thinking about checking it out to see if the questions have been updated. Oh, there's a phone number in here. 763. I probably shouldn't say it. I don't know what that is, though. Anywho, we went through 1 through 3 last night, 3 being just one of the best questions in this book. I'll read it here and I'll just leave it alone. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet? That's powerful, man. That hits you where it counts. So tonight, let's start with number 4. Maybe we'll get through 5 and 6. Maybe we won't. Number 4. This is a good one, too. Damn good one. So many questions. Okay. If you could spend 1 year in perfect happiness, but afterwards would remember nothing of the experience, would you do so? If not, then why? Okay. What a great question. Now, there's a lot of stipulations here that come to mind. My gut feeling, my reaction is no. Now, you might go, why? Just might as well. Who cares? Have fun. You don't remember it. Who cares? Because it's still using a year of your life. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, if that is the exact case, then no, I would not want to do it. There's no point. I don't necessarily do everything for the memory. I like to live in the moment as much as the next person. But they do produce memories that make it all worthwhile, I think. All worthwhile, not wild. So now, if this was a throwaway year, like they're giving you an extra year, like you'll go from 35 to 35 to 36, then yeah, I'd say go for it. Who cares at that point? It doesn't matter. Because you're not losing anything. The minute you lose something, I don't think it's worth it anymore. So that's why I wouldn't. If my wow, my brain just died. If my not calculations, my opinions on the matter are right. My Christ, what is the word I'm looking for? I hate when this happens. It's gotten too often this is happening. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Forget it. Number 5. If a new medicine were developed that could cure arthritis but cause a fatal reaction in 1% of those who took it, would you want it to be released to the public? Yeah. Because it has nothing to do with me. Go for it. If you choose to take that 1% chance that you're going to die, does it say fatal? Yeah, fatal reaction. Then that's your decision to make. That's not my decision to tell you you can't make it. That's why drugs should be legal. Because if you could obtain them legally, there would be less crime involved. First of all, they're victimless crimes anyway. Taking a drug, owning a drug, possessing a drug should not be legal. I mean, illegal. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's not causing anybody harm except for the person. Spend that money trying to rehabilitate people, to help people out. I hate when my hair starts to do this, but I only put it in a 2 twist tonight because I didn't want to deal with the 3 twist because it leaves my hair with like this bump in it. So yeah, yes, release it. I don't give a fuck. It has nothing to do with me. If I had diabetes, or arthritis rather, then maybe I'd have a little bit more to say about it, but I don't. So you discover your wonderful 1-year-old child is, because of a mishap at a hospital, not yours. Would you want to exchange the child to try to correct the mistake? Dude, that's rough question. That is just downright awful. I think, in all honesty, in my heart of hearts, I think what would need to happen is the two parents in the situation would have to form a relationship, I think. Like, at that point, they'd have to become friends or family. You know what I mean? Because I think if I raised a child for over a year and then found out we had the wrong child, I've already grown so emotionally attached to this. Like, I am, like, I'm not one of those people that easily is pro-choice. Okay. um, like there's an emotional bond and a relationship between you and a child, whether it's got a soul or don't has a soul or it's 1 day old. It's different for different people. Like there's a certain point where everything turns on for the parent, I think. Like you choose to love, you'll love, and you choose that. I mean, in most cases it's not much of a choice. Your heart just, or that emotion in you, reaches out and makes that decision. So at that point, but however, the child that your physical child that like was with you for 9 months, maybe not physically, certainly not 9 months. Don't get me wrong about that. But you've already started thinking and planning and talking and stuff like that. So at that point, you're still going to need to have contact with that child as well. I think that's the child that comes back to live with you. But you slowly make the transition, and you never let the other family out of your life. You become, I don't know, that's how I would have to say. If that's okay to answer. Is it okay? Is it okay, judges? Yeah, they're giving me the thumbs up. I can answer it that way. How long is it? 60 minutes? Let's go to 10 minutes. Okay, number 7. My favorite number, by the way. Do you think that the world will be a better or a worse place 100 years from now? Well, that's going to be the last question for tonight, because that's going to take a while. That is a beautiful question to ask. You know what? I'm going to take tomorrow to think about that one. I'm going to write it down now. Let me write question. It's a great question. Number 7. Book of Cues. And we'll do that for August 1st, 2014. Yeah, that'll be 128 tomorrow night. Shoot. August is an interesting month for me. I've mentioned this before. I had a lot of bad things happen through the Augusts of my life. That's Augusts. Say it. It hurts. It's painful. It's a shitty word. My father died August 25th, 1982. I was 7. I don't remember much of him growing up. I can hear his voice, which is an interesting thing. Only probably because I have cassette tapes with his voice on them. So I've been able to hear them. I wish I knew where they were right now, because I have the ability to transfer them from tape to digital. And that's something I have to do. I have to find them. Sorry about that. And I have to convert them over, because how many people have the opportunity to say that they have their father's recordings? Like, I actually have recordings of him being on the radio, and giving sermons and stuff like that, but I'd rather hear the personal, the home stuff. I remember there's one where I mentioned Grammy being a fat lady. I'm a kid. I don't give a fuck. Kids say stuff and they don't mean it. Well, my father was absolutely appalled, and like at some point it stops recording. When it starts playing again, I'm crying and I'm apologizing to my grandmother. I don't know what happened between the hitting of stop and rolling again, but couldn't have been pretty. And sometimes I just wonder if that's why I don't remember things. It's because my mind, my body, my heart don't want me to remember what it was like the first 7 years of my life. And I mean, beyond that too. Like I have glimpses, but much stronger glimpses as the years go on after that. But up to 7, very little, very, very little. Number 7, man. That's just it's a moving question. Will the world be better or a worse place 100 years from now? Well, if you'd like to know my opinion of that, tune in tomorrow night. We're going to do these for a while, I think. I'm sure I'll hit some that'll be like, stupid, read it to you and move on. Stupid, read it to you and move on. But I think this was just a great book. You can see. This is I bought this new. And I don't own a lot of books that I bought new that I still even own. Most of the time I just sell them back to stores or trade them in or do whatever I can with them. But I started collecting books for a while. Now I'm down. I've whittled it down probably from like, I don't know. I can't even give you a count. Maybe down from like 700 down to 350. Probably half of the books I had I've brought back because I don't have that much life to read. That many books. So if you'd like to know, here we go one more time. I'm going to try to sign off. How I feel the world will be 100 years from now, either better or worse. Come back tomorrow night for my book of questions. I don't know what to call this part of the show, the segment. If you got something good, throw it at me. Maybe I'll use it. Maybe I won't. I got some drawing to do starting tomorrow. 5 drawings a day for the next 30 days. If I'm going to reach the deadline. And that's drawings. That's not even inking. So we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? You guys have a great night. Thanks for coming back for these and make me a happy person. You're making one person smile every day. You guys have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow night and stuff.